Good day, sir, and good day, classmates. Our topic is all about the Philippine National Police policing. So, the policing in the country was based on the principle of right to self-preservation. So, what is right to self-preservation? It is a protection of oneself from harm or destruction. Self-preservation is the instinct to act in your own best interest to protect yourself and to ensure your survival. It is universally accepted as a moral and legal right of every state. That act of self-preservation is explicitly mandated in Article 2, Section 4 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution. So the prime duty of the government is to serve and protect people. The government may call upon the people to defend the state, and in the fulfillment thereof all citizens may be required under conditions provided by law to render personnel, military, and civil service. The Constitution has created the Philippine National Police, which serve as the primary policing body in the country. So, our Constitution clearly articulates that it is the prime duty of the government to serve and protect its people. So, the state is therefore mandated to establish a highly efficient and competent police force that would ensure public safety to all Filipinos. So, the Philippine National Police is the primary agency that is entrusted to promote peace and order in the country, consistent with this policy. Next is the PNP's fundamental principle of policy. The consistent application of the fundamental principle is necessary to avoid human rights violation and maintain respect of the profession. Thus, the PNP members must be guided by the 9 following principles conceptualized by Robert Peel in 1892. So, number 1 is to prevent crime and disorder as an alternative to their repression by military force and severity of legal punishment. Number 2 is to recognize always that the power of the police to fulfill their function and duties is dependent on public approval of their existence, actions, and behavior, and on their ability to secure and maintain public respect. Number 3 is to recognize always that to secure and maintain the respect and approval of the Republic means also the securing of the willing cooperation of the public in the task of securing observance of the laws. Number 4 is to recognize always that the extent to which the cooperation of the public can be secured diminished proportionately the necessity of the use of physical force and compulsion for achieving police objectives. Number 5 is to seek and preserve public favor not by pandering to public opinion but by constantly demonstrating absolute impartial service to law in complete independence of policy and without regard to the justice of the substance of individual laws by ready offering of individual service and friendship to all members of the Republic without regard to their wealth or social standing. 6 is to use the physical force only when the exercise of the persuasion, advice, and warning is found to be insufficient to obtain public cooperation to an extent necessary to secure observance of law or to restore order, and to use only the minimum degree of physical force which is necessary to on any particular occasion for achieving a police objective. 7 is to maintain at all times a relationship with the public that gives reality to historical tradition that police are the public and the public are the police. The police being only members of the public who are paid to give full-time attention to duties which are incumbent on every citizen in the interest of community welfare and existence. 8 is to recognize always the need of strict adherence to police executive functions and to refrain from even seeming to usurp the powers of the judiciary of avenge individual or the state, and of authoritatively judging guilt and punishing the guilty. Lastly, 9 is to recognize always that the test of the police efficiency is the absence of crime and disorder, and not the visible evidence of police action in dealing with them. Next is the PNP's crime prevention and crime solution. Number 1 is the PNP's perception of crime prevention. So, crime prevention, as the word suggests, aims to prevent the commission of crimes by adopting measures that lead to the early detection, deterrence, or denial of the crime. So there is a clear evidence that well-planned crime prevention strategies not only prevent crime and victimization, but also promote community safety and contribute to sustainable development of countries. Effective, responsible crime prevention enhance the quality of the life of all citizens. It has long-term benefits in terms of reducing the cost associated with the formal criminal justice system as well as the other social costs that results from crime. Next is the PNP's role in crime prevention. So we all know that the role of the PNP in crime prevention is to prevent and control crimes, maintain peace and order, and ensure public safety and internal security with the active support of the community. So as Robert Peel theorized, the police are the people and the people are the police. Thus, crime prevention effort must be a collaborative efforts between the police and the community that is serves. Next is the basic principles in crime prevention of the PNP. The PNP members must lead the fight against all forms of criminality, including insurgency, by utilizing active citizen involvement and community empowerment. So, crime prevention must be based on the thorough and accurate analysis of demographics, crime statistics, and other related data. To be most effective, the analysis should drive the development of a comprehensive plan, not just isolated prevention activities. So, the plan should address all constituent groups within the community, so especially those groups and neighborhoods at risk of criminal activity. So let's proceed to the next reporter.
Good day everyone, my name is Marvin Cabalquinto. Today I will discuss the PNP's crime solution. When crime prevention efforts fail to deny the commission of a crime, the police take on its other crucial role of solving the crime. So how to solve the crime? To get the solution. Ito ay ang pag-imbestiga because crime solution is the act of investigating the crime leading to the prosecution of its perpetrators. Next is PNP's role in crime solution. The primary role of the PNP in a crime solution is the conduct of investigation because investigation is the collection of facts to accomplish a threefold aim which is provided in the revised Criminal Investigation Manual Series of 2011. So, may tatlo tayong threefold at ito ay to identify the suspect. So, sa pag-imbestiga at sa pagkuha ng mga katotohanan at mga ebidensya, dito malaman or dito ma-identify ang suspect kung siya ba talaga ang gumawa ng krimen or siya ba talaga ang nagkasala. At ang pangalawa ay to locate the suspect. So, paano ba natin malocate ang suspect? So, pwede tayong mag-conduct ng interview sa mga kapitbahay or mga witness or sa mga kamag-anak ng suspect para malocate ang nagkasala. Pangatlo ay to provide evidence of his guilt para makakuha tayo ng mga ebidensya ayon sa nagkasala or ayon sa nagawa niyang kasalanan, to provide evidence. Next is instances when a crime or case is considered solved. So ito yung mga katangian na considered na solved na ang krimen or case. First is the offender perpetrators has been identified. So, nakilanlan na ang nagkasala. Pangalawa is the offender perpetrator has been charged based on evidence. So, sisingilin ang nakasala base sa ebidensya na nakuha. Next is the offender perpetrator has been taken into custody and the offender perpetrator has been charged before the prosecutor's office or court of appropriate jurisdiction. Next is elements beyond police control prevent the arrest of the offender, as when the victims refuse to prosecute or the death of the offender, and arrest of one offender can solve several crimes, or offenders may be arrested in the process of solving crime. Next is instances when a crime case is considered as clear. So, merong tatlo dito na una, at least one of the offenders has been identified. So, at least isa lang sa mga nagkasala na ma-identify. Next is there is sufficient evidence to charge the offender. So, kailangan lang ng sapat na ebidensya para ma-charge ang nagkasala. And next is the offender has been charged in court, absent the taking of the offender into police custody. Next is PNP's measure of efficiency. So, police efficiency in solving crime shall be measured through the following. So, we have crime solution efficiency, or CSE, the percentage of solved cases out of the total number of crime accidents handled by the police for a given period of time. So, ito ay tumutukoy ng bilang ng kaso na resolba in a period of time. Second is crime clearance efficiency, or CCE, the percentage of cleared cases out of the total number of crime incidents handled by the police for a given period of time. So, ito ay mga nalinis na kaso mula sa kabuuang bilang ng krimen. So, next is the progression of PNP's crime prevention policing. The progression of PNP's crime preventive policing. The preventive policing started with the traditional policing guided by the principle of Sir Robert Peel, so also known as the father of modern policing or law enforcement. Crime prevention, or proactive approach, its dynamism and adaptiveness to the calls of change and demands of time transform policing into community problem-oriented, or COP, designed by virtue of RA number 8551.
Good day, I am Francis Kakam, and this is the continuation of the PNP's crime preventive policing. Nevertheless, the PNP has reformed its policing into community and service-oriented policing through guidelines provided by National Police Commission, or NAPOLCOM. As you can see in the picture, the progression of PNP's crime preventive policing started from traditional policing guided by the principle of Sir Robert Peel. Then the next is the problem-oriented policing Next is the community and service-oriented policing. The PNPC is office system component. The system component shows the triangular approach and the three institutional that shall work together. And here are the three components: the citizenry, PNP, and local executive. These three institutions, the citizenry, PNP, and local executive, are helping each other through proactive and problem solving. Or other crime and public safety concerns. And here are some basic services that can be brought in the community: the agricultural and fishery, community-based forestry, health and services, social welfare services, information services, solid waste disposal or environmental management system. The CSOP sought to provide a better impact in law and order of crime preventive through improvement of policy service delivery. And here are some: initiate coordination with the mayor or home visiting or weekly meeting. Next are orient the LCE's members of the community in order to gain their trust and support. In connection to, here are the SARA model adopted by the PNP in order to solve community problems. Its meaning are scanning, analysis, response, and assessment. First is scanning. What is the problem? So in here, should identify what is the problem by engaging in community or asking directly to the citizens of a certain community. Then if you have the idea of the problem, you're now going to analyze it. What is the contribution to the problem? Well, the crime pattern should synthesize to develop a well-defined problem. As we have now a well-defined problem, we will now go to response. What can we do to improve the problem? So, we develop a crime reduction strategy in order to have a response to this problem in our community. And after that, we assess the strategic crime reduction. If we in here, we will in assessment where we will assess the response, or did the response work. That's how the SARA can help in problem solving. Solicitation of support of at local chief executives. How will the police get the support of local chief executive? By simply adopt effective mechanism for better partnership, or supervise city supervise the city municipal POC to gather and analyze data, fund and implement the CSOP programs, facilitate the implementation of the CSOP programs, and exercise additional function and duties as may duly authorized. By doing this, they will get the support and trust of the LCE. In strengthening of community partnership, and here the police should provide data information and inputs to the police and local executive problem issues and concerns. The community should provide data information and inputs in order to solve issues or provide a solution to problems or concerns. Next, mobilize and organize volunteers as force multiplier, which means the more, the merrier. It will go the strengthening community partnership will be easy when there's a lot of people helping each other and volunteers. Share resources and assist in the planning and implementation of CSOP. Identify and implement community development projects. The IDA model. Here, PNP and the community partnership could be strengthened by sharing awareness through article, advertisement, webinar or podcast, page search, landing pages, and many more. In interest, we could be or web content, newsletter, social media or blogs, email campaign. On desire, so many people had also used these ebooks, brochures in strengthening partnership and action, case studies, testimonials, and data sheets, e-learning like online class. The PNP Community Service-Oriented Policing is a modified and enhanced policing style based from the community-oriented policing system and problem-oriented policing. However, the CSOP is still within the umbrella of proactive policing, and through proper implementation of the framework would lead the attainment of positive police image, improvements of community relations, peace and order, and public safety. An effective delivery of basic service are some of its expected outcomes. So this will happen in the near future if we continue on supporting and trusting the PNP's community service-oriented policy. That's all, and thank you for listening. God bless us all.